Welcome back to another day on the Lorcana pixelborn client. Today, we're playing Bad Girl Growing Boy, a Sapphire and Emerald Alice Growing Girl and Pete Bad Guy deck. The goal with this deck is to take advantage of Pain and Panic Underworld Imp's abilities in conjunction with Alice and Pete. Our perfect curve is a turn 2 Pain, turn 3 Alice, turn 4 any other character, ideally 2 2-drops, a turn 5 Pete, and a turn 6 Victory. Turn 6 is when we drop Panic, boosting Pain's attack to 5, allowing him to quest for 3, which triggers Alice's ability of support, letting Pain pass his 5 attack to Pete, which fulfills his Who's Next ability, so he can quest for 4, and giving his attack to Alice, bringing her to 9 attack. This is where our turn 4 characters come in handy. One of them quests and gives Alice the remaining 1 attack she needs to quest for 5. 12 lore from only Pain, Alice, and Pete. We're not counting the extra lore to boost Alice over that 9 attack into 10, or any questing from previous turns. I know there's a deck that can really make Alice shine or bolster Pete. I'm not sure that this is that deck, but I'm optimistic that this deck is the springboard we'll use when Into the Inklands is released to turn this from okay to great. But that's the deck. Let's jump in and see if we can't win a few. I'm giving away a box of Rise of the Floodborn February 4th. All you gotta do is be a subscriber and join the Discord. On the Discord, make sure you've given yourself the Lorcana tag, or you won't be counted. Those two things are very important. Be sure to share the video. But something new has happened. Recently, I've pulled Tinkerbell, and I'm going to be giving away this Tinkerbell to one of you guys for a private raffle for Patreon members only at tier 3. If you're interested in winning the giant Tinkerbell Enchanted, link in the description down below for the Patreon. Again, only the tier 3 Patreon members are going to have a chance to win that guy February 4th. So if you want to win one, that's the place to be. For the booster box though, don't worry. All you gotta do is be subscribed and a part of the Discord. Emerald Ruby. Going first. Alright. Alright, I got some Pain and some Panic. Don't need all my top end cards right away. Okay, not bad. Not bad. I do like my top end being a Cogsworth. Means I can kind of set up the board. We're just gonna get rid of this, if I'm being honest. Pass turn. Could ink something else, then play it, so then I'm just replacing it. It's not doing anything. It's better as ink. Oh, Pongo. Opponent's gonna be an evasive deck, aren't they? We actually can't deal with evasive? Why do I keep getting paired with evasives? I almost expect to see the shift here. Oh, they're questing right away. I want all of you. But I will settle with a Panic. Quest for 3. Opponent is going to be an aggro deck. An evasive aggro deck. That is my prediction. I don't need to look at their hand with nothing to hide. It's written all over their board. There's another evasive. Alright, we're going to ink that one. Alright, I can be aggressive too, opponent. This card so desperately looks like it should have evasive. Evasive is clearly the flying, and this guy is flying. Alright, opponent's on +8. I'm on +7. Now I could throw a Cogsworth down, discard the Basil, but I get to draw more cards when I play this. Just trying to think, do I need to actively defeat stuff? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and they're up to 9 right now. I mean, I go to 15. They have to deal with my board, or I go to... Not 15. I go to 13. All I have to do is take out one of my characters, and they're in a good spot to just win the game. Cogsworth might be the play here. I lost a point, but I'm resistant. Three of my opponent's characters actually can't even do damage. Ooh, I did expect the Hans to actually attack. They left themselves in a position where... Oh, what are they going to return? Something that goes for 2. Unfortunately, that's not lethal, is it? Nope. It's close, but not quite. Oh, you're a song, though. I can sing you and bounce the Hans, and then attack. Oh, I have to take out both of your little characters? So I can bounce the Hans and have to take out both your characters. Can I do it? I can actually just attack the Hans with Basil. Let's see, destroy the Hans. Cogsworth defeats Flynn Rider. Or Panic defeats it. They both quest for 2, it doesn't matter. Definitely bouncing the Minnie Mouse. One of them has to sing though, so I'm not questing with one. And I will discard... Oh, it doesn't matter. Alright, we will sing it. We'll bounce that. I am on +8. Well, let's ink you and see if I can't get something stellar off the top. Actually, I want neither of these. But I suppose I will take the Pete. I was gonna say Pain. I would really like to see Pain off the top. Or Panic. I want Panic off the top. Panic makes Pain better. Ugh, getting all sorts of tongue twisted over here. Alright, I should have +8. I only need 7. I have strong resist, but opponent's playing green, so let's bounce. So the resist doesn't do a lot. Mini quests. And they're certainly going to bounce. Question is, you know, they have to pay for the bounce, so they don't get to develop their board. So they only get to progress with the Minnie Mouse, which is rough. And if they don't deal with my board, then they lose. That is the position that they are in. There it is. Mother knows best. Bounce the Basil. Alright, I'm questing for 5 going to 18. Can I adjust that number? No. I mean... can't exactly draw cards and then play them still. Alright, play the Basil. Shift the Basil just to draw the extra cards. Could be relevant. It's not. And if I want to be safe, I'm going to actually bounce this Minnie Mouse so they can't shift and get the 2. I don't know. I think it still only gains 1. But they can play action cards and bump it. I know it has a bump. I just don't remember how much and how easy that would be to do. So just in case, I'm going to bounce it. Cogsworth will be tough. So it needs to be able to get rid of Basil and Panic. Minimum. Those two need to go. There it is. Another red-green. Seems awfully popular today. Don't exactly have a curve I'm looking for, do I? There's no power up for the Alice's. Ooh, okay. It's a little rough. Alright, low and aggro. I'm just debating. The healing could be good. Well, either way, we're drawing another card based on these. I wonder if this is the same opponent. When they don't have a true proper name, it's very hard for me to tell because I'm not memorizing the 3CBF343A1879. Sergeant Tibbs. Well, that's neither aggressive nor evasive. But of course it's ink, so... Well, there's the Minnie Mouse. That leads to an evasive Minnie Mouse. Man, I'm getting a lot of my low stuff. Give it another popsicle. Aurora. Now I could go big Aurora, followed by a turn 4 double Enchantress, turn 5 Cogsworth. That could be pretty good. Queen. Unexpected. Yeah, you can't attack it. I have to be exerted. Nice try, though. How expensive is Big Queen to shift? Is that 3 or 4? Don't remember. Hello, Peter. Is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. I think it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Probably fine. Pretty sure Big Queen only has 4 attack power anyway, so they'd have to attack with both characters. They get a draw 2 if they do it, but... I mean, I take both of their characters off the field. That's a 3 for... Well... 3 for 3? So they get to draw a couple cards. Okay. And then 2 damage? What was that? Very confused I am. I don't know what that attack was all about. Just wanted to hurt it as much as possible? Do you gotta ring the bell? If that's the case, you didn't need to attack with both characters. So, I feel like that's not what you got. Very strange. Alright. Put up double Enchantress, passed the turn. Opponent was very weirdly attacking my Aurora with their weak characters. Now we gotta be careful. I am gonna drop a Cogsworth in Quest, but opponent's gonna likely shift a big Aladdin. And then it's a lore swing. They actually reduce our lore while gaining more. Hans. Alright, we're gonna go for it. I didn't come here to be a coward. Alright, I expect to see a big Aladdin here. Oh, don't do that, opponent. Don't do that, opponent. No, opponent! Well, they weren't expecting that. They're trying very hard to get rid of this Aurora. Wow, they traded 4 cards. 4 cards to deal with the Aurora. I do not understand what my opponent is thinking. I should be kinder, though. For all I know, I'm actually playing against a child. Oh, a double Cogsworth. That's mean, and I love it. You know, it's not something I ever think about. It literally just crossed my mind for the first time that it's possible to play against actual children. That might explain some of my games, if I'm being honest. Tinkerbell. Give an evasive to the evasive Goofy. Now that's a big brain play. I mean, Goofy's still strong enough to defeat an Enchantress. Quest, quest, quest. And I'll play a Peter. I don't need to play a Peter, but I want to play a Peter. That's what that's why we're playing the deck. Get a nice bad guy Pete. I have yet to make either Alice or Pete do anything. Ooh, Sapphire Amber. That's not a color combo I see very often. We're gonna be playing against a heal deck? That could be neat. Oh, let's see. I mean, I could start off with this. Alright, let's do that. Hey, there we go. We got the big Aurora. The Panic is a little tough, though. Well, a part of me wants to ink this because it's so obvious, but then I'm like, but what if I get little Basil? What if I get little Basil? Alright, let's see what my opponent's playing. Oh, it's a dwarf deck. It's... Okay, I was gonna say it's hyper-themed. It's not hyper-themed, but it is a dwarf deck. Queen, dwarf. I wish there was a way to, like, go back and to, like, see their hand. Again, I think the arena way is just superior. You know, if you get a look at their hand, those cards just get flipped around and you get to see them. Once your opponent plays them, then of course, you don't see them anymore because they're in play. Let's get the Aurora. I think I want to set up big Aurora. Does put a little bit of a target on Aurora's back. They did have the crossbow though. I'm pretty sure that's where they sacrifice items to deal 5 damage to stuff. I really need a second big Aurora if I'm gonna be able to, you know, resist that. There's a popsicle. Now they have the ammunition for the big crossbow if they get it. Oh, how much does it cost though? Is it a 4-drop? Is it a 5-drop? I don't remember. Resist would be nice. I'm not gonna get there. Alright, sorry Peter. I mean, Alice and Peter just... Turns out I'm just gonna ink them all the time because you just cannot do their abilities successfully. Like, no matter how much I try, it's just not happening. I think they felt safe there, and I will take advantage of that and take out the queen. Part of it is because I don't remember how much that crossbow costs to play. I also don't know if it has a activation cost other than just sacrificing an item. It might. Even the turn they could play it, it might just be that they can't afford to activate it. That's very annoying. Alright, we're going to start with a develop your brain. It's not good enough for Alice. And I'm going to actually go for the popsicle here. Hopefully we draw an inkable. Hey, we do. Not that I want to ink it, because I have all the panics in hand. That's super annoying, but... do want to heal my Aurora. The things I do for a good Cogsworth. Could have been... I probably should have inked the Cogsworth, played the Pain, and just having 3 back-to-back turns. I mean, that's 9 lore, not counting these guys being able to quest after the fact themselves. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think that was a misplay. I should have inked the Cogsworth and played the Pain. I can't even guarantee I'm going to draw an inkable, even though I should. I mean, I have like 45% of my uninkables in my hand right now. Something like that. The knock. No, but I want to have both Cogsworths. Oh, man. Okay, so if I quest with Aurora, she is defeated. If I play Cogsworth, she only takes 4 points of damage and she's still alive, unless Doc also wants to attack. Man, having both Cogsworth, though, would be absolutely sick. I could choose to take out the Doc and then let the rest just trade. Effectively get a 3-for-1. But right now, that's what it comes down to still. Is still a 3-for-1. Oh. That's the one I'm thinking of that does the 5 damage. What does the item crossbow do? Well, you have to target Aurora. It only does 4 points of damage. But now you can just throw an owl at it. But don't throw a knock at it. Yeah, you'll still defeat Aurora, but you'll lose your knock too. Yeah, throw an owl at it. There you go. Opponent figured it out. They weren't sure, but they figured it out. Is this the card I was thinking of? This might be the card I was thinking of too. So what, it costs 3 to play? It's not a song. I thought it was an item though. I thought it was an item that sacrificed other items. Well, I could defeat Doc and then heal him. Let's do it. Could also defeat the knock. Doc's worse though. I quest for 2. Let's take out the knock. Let's do it. I'll bring Cogsworth back up to 3 health. Not enough for Doc to defeat it. The downside with these panics is I boost the attack of one of my characters and then they should attack to remove an opponent, a threat my opponent has. But it means I'm missing a turn of questing with them. So it's slowing me down in the race to try to slow them down. Ooh, Gaston. Well, opponent gets to pick up probably a pretty good card here. Okay. Let's see, opponent is questing for 5. Right now I go to 8. And then Cogsworth gets defeated by Gaston, most likely. If that's the case, should I go to 8 or should I defeat the Doc? I think I should defeat the Doc. And Doc down. Cogsworth is still alive. And I'll save the other panic just in case I need to take down that Gaston. So as it turns out, Panic, still a pretty good card. Just the versatility of being able to beef up my attack when I need it is pretty nice. But all the other cards, the Pain, the Pete, and the Alice, still struggling. Prince Charming. Will opponent just quest? They might just quest. Go to 11 and then they're only on a +7. That's not enough. They'll put me in a position to win. So I do expect the attack here still. Oh, he chose to quest. I think that is lethal. I'll play a beat. I'll heal the Cogsworth. Won't be enough, but yeah, I get Gaston still takes it down. Prince Charming still takes it down, but it does require one of those two has to be the one to take it down. Now opponent basically has to give up their questing turn to attack my board. So let's see. Prince Charming, well, it doesn't matter. Both of them survive. So Prince Charming or Gaston takes down one, Gaston takes down another, and then Owl trades with Enchantress, leaving me with questing for 4. My opponent still has their 2 of their characters up, plus whatever else they play. So Adobe quest for 1. Ooh, I think they need to attack there to stay in the game. Unless they have some kind of removal in their hand. Can't think of what it is, but that's it. And I just have enough, right? I just do have enough. Okay. We'll just quest. And we're gonna win with a panic! Heck yeah. Steel Amethyst. That color combination is getting very popular lately. Alright, so I want to be careful. I don't want to have too many uninkables. There's not a lot in the deck, but it is always something I'm thinking about. I do have the combination, though. Let's keep it. Let's see. I don't have the Alice, but I do got the, Pain and Panic. Okay, there goes the uninkables. So, you know, that's always a thing. I want to keep my support. Goodbye, Aurora. And hello, opponent's hand! Oh, I get to see it all. We know everything that they're playing. There's a swords, a snack, targeted removal. Okay. Pass turn. I do like being able to see my opponent's hand. I do wish it was like Arena, though. I only get to look at their hand for the brief time. Oh, that's annoying. Wish it was like Arena, where just it flipped the cards over and you could see them. Sorry, Aurora. It's time to get a Pain down. Maleficent. Okay. We are getting so much. So many uninkables. But I could take down the Madam Mim. It effectively would be a trade. A 2-for-1 though, which is nice. Let's destroy that. Pass turn. And I like Panic. Panic quest for 2. Just trading boards here. Close. I do need ink. So, I could use it and look for ink, which is all I would do with it. Or I can actually ink it. I get questions about that, funny enough. Why didn't you play it? I want to get rid of that beast. If I let him draw the extra card, we could be in trouble. Could be in trouble because the beast can sing. We know they have a swords in hand. I wish we could take advantage of my opponent being tempoed like that. I mean, I could bounce it again, but I'm really not getting a ton out of this. I think I just quest here. Bounce that beast one more time. Keep making him pay for it. See if they'll trade Maleficent. Oh no! That's not removal though, but we're probably gonna see his swords. Yep. Opponent's card draw's just on point. I've had to ink all of my card draw, unfortunately. The beast is finally back. I do want to keep you in case we get the other Basil. Well, let's get on the board at least. There are only 8 uninkables in the deck, and we've seen half of them. Half of them in the top 16 cards of our deck. Tinkerbell does 1 damage to Cogsworth. What does this Fairy Godmother do? When you play a Floodborn, you draw a card. Interesting. Let's pass. I might be able to get a big lore swing. I don't know if it's not lethal. Not doing the math. I know it's definitely not lethal. Okay, it's a second point of damage to Cogsworth. Don't tell me you got another sword. Or smash? Oh, they got the smash, don't they? Oh, man. Still surviving. Let's see if Alice can at least get one good quest off. They're just looking for stuff to sing. I will say they're using like every single resource to attack that Alice. Cogsworth really showing his worth here. Okay. Alright, so the order we want to do this, right? Basil quest, he has no special bonus, but he has support. We give that to Pete. Pete needs to be at 7 attack or greater, so we quest here. It's not going to be enough to get Alice up. So close, yet so far away. And we're going to quest anyway. Just because Tinkerbell's going to be able to do the lethal points of damage. Normally, this is where I'd push the concede button. There's not a thing I can draw to recover from this position. Opponent's got double Tink, so our entire board is about to just be absolutely destroyed. First, there goes the resist protection. Now Tink gets full 2 damage for everything. Takes out Pete, because it can't target a Pete. And then wipes out Basil. Yeah, there's no line of play where I recover from this position, unfortunately. The uninkables and being forced to ink my card draw was devastating. Come on, opponent, just pass your turn. We both know you've already won this game. The only reason I haven't conceded is because of YouTube. And quest and pass. Alright, now opponent quest all. Please, please tell me you just quest all. Don't attack. Don't waste my time attacking. Come on, don't waste my time by attacking. Don't play more cards either. Come on, opponent. Man, opponent is... There's two reasons. One, first of all, it's super rude, wasting everyone's time like this. But second, you risk putting yourself in a position where you can lose the game. There's not enough cards right now for that to actually be a threat to them. Like, that can't actually happen. But, like, they just gave up winning this turn. They could have just won. There, they're gonna bounce the goat and replay the goat. I mean, wasting every... They didn't even replay the goat. Just think, if that was a Be Prepared and I was playing Ruby, my opponent would be crying. You should never do that. This is... I don't know who you are, opponent, but you should feel bad. You should actually actively feel bad for playing horribly. Oh, is ranked closed? Oh, I don't have any points here. Rank might be closed right now. Okay. In the ranked, let's see what we can do. I definitely don't need 2 Basils. Don't even need 1, actually, if I'm being totally honest. It's a little expensive. I kind of want to get into these. Alice isn't so bad. Whew, got the Pete right back. Of course I did. Alright, I actively don't need Popsicle for anything other than the card draw. The healing is nice. I'm gonna get rid of Basil here, and I'm gonna draw a card. And the next turn, I think I'm gonna set up the Grandma Tala and try to ideally move myself into the first position, being up on the ink. A Pinocchio. That's the one that exerts, right? Yeah, that's the exerting one. Alright, Enchantress, let's get you out of here. We are going to go for the Grandma Tala. I want to see if I can't take a lead on the ink. Also quest for 1. Okay. You don't see that Pinocchio very often, so I do forget what some cards do. Especially when you're like, oh, there's 3 Pinocchios. I could develop an Alice here, or I could do a double play. If I'm gonna do a double play, I'm gonna have to ink something like an improvise. Well, let's start with the Popsicle. I might draw something else that I want to ink. Nope, that cannot be inked. Alright. We are gonna lose the improvise. And I'm perfectly happy for Grandma Tala to bite the bullet here. Especially if it means my opponent's not going to quest. Another Minnie Mouse. Those ones will be trouble for us. We don't do a lot in the way of interacting with that. I'm going to have to ink. I have to ink something I don't want to ink. Well, let's quest. Trouble is I don't know what I want to put down. I think I'm going to actively play an Alice here, but I need to ink something still. It may in fact be Pain. But this is such a good little combo following up with Alice. I mean, it can't quest right away though, so it's still a 2-turn wait. Alright, it's fine. It's too much of a delay. Alright, opponent's gonna bounce the Pinocchio. They're gonna play the Fox. They're gonna ink, they're gonna replay Pinocchio, tap down Alice, and they're gonna defeat Alice. Here it comes. There's the Fox, bounce the Pinocchio, play the Pinocchio, tap the Alice. Man, opponent, Could you play more into my hands? Everything you did was exactly as I predicted. Your deck must be boring to play. Yeah, I just played the same 4 cards over and over and over again for all of eternity. It's a blast. Cogsworth or Pete? Cogsworth or Pete? Either way, my characters are gonna die to Madam Mim. But I do turn off the other 3 from being able to actually do damage. Okay, Cogsworth it is. Wabbit. Question is, do you trade that fox? They trade the fox. I'll take it. I will take that. Well, let's see. If I play this, it's just to get a different inkable, so that's not what I want. Let's see, it's going to be +2, so playing both of them will give me 4 here. 4, 5, 6, 7 takes me to 17. Opponent's winning this race. So I have to actually attack, but I can't take down the mini mice. Okay, they do have enough to still win. I can only remove 1 point here, the Merlin. Well played, opponent. That is the smart way to do it. Well, nothing I could do. Opponent played it the right way. If they would have quested with Pinocchio, they would have given me a shot. Alright, now opponent wins the game. Let's see how rude they are. So far so good. So far not a rude player. Alright. For some reason my points didn't show up in the last game, but here they are now. It's very strange. Very strange.